I was there to see the comedy duo Tommy Chong and Cheech sign autographs at the grand opening of Commencement Bay Cannabis, and as you can see, I was not alone. Hundreds of people lined up outside the tribal-owned store to have a brief moment with the stars, including this guy, Ethan Page. Now, Washington is one of 9 states where cannabis is legal, and Ethan says Cheech and Chong's advocacy helped make that happen.
Heroes.
I think they were the first people to truly show that it's not, you're not just a burnout on a couch, you know what I mean? Like, you're actually being a contributing member to society, you know, you're helping out the community, and you're also helping your body, giving it something that God gave us for a reason.
So all of this just happened to fall on April 20th. 420? 420? Okay, yeah. Oh, you know, just a normal day.